In the past, we have talked quite extensively about tongs. We've talked about bolt tongs and pickup tongs and flat jaw tongs and V-bit tongs and all of those things. And there's been some confusion in some of those between what's a rivet tong, what's a bolt tong, what's a pickup tong, what's a chain link tong. So today I thought I would try to explain the difference and talk a little bit more specifically about chain link tongs and rivet tongs. Welcome back to Black Bear Forge and the tool of the day. I don't actually have a lot of chain link tongs or rivet tongs. I find that a pair of bolt tongs with the cross slot in them does the job pretty darn well, and I have a lot of these, so I don't really need these others. But if I was doing a lot of chain work, I would make or buy more chain link tongs because they really would be a better pair of tongs. Rivet tongs, I've never really seen a need for. They are kind of a specialized item, and all of the ones I've ever seen are pretty big. This is the only pair of rivet tongs I have. They would hold about a 3/4 inch rivet, and I just have never worked in a rivet that big, and the fact that most of the ones I've seen seem to be this big makes me think that these are really relics from ironworking, building buildings, bridges, things like that, when they were riveted together. And they were never really very common in blacksmithing. I've never seen anybody in a blacksmith shop actually using rivet tongs to set rivets. They don't hold the rivet that long, they just need something to fish it out of the fire and put it in the hole, or they use a torch, so rivet tongs really don't get used much. And again, I think they were never really a blacksmithing tool. Now these could be used for a lot of other things. They certainly aren't obligated just to rivets. And they are very similar to my single pickup tongs. But they're slightly different, and perhaps these were single pickup tongs, but they're just enough different that I'm not sure that's what they were. Doesn't really matter. Like I say, you can use them however you want. The single pickup tongs, one reason I know that's what they are is because when you buy these from Centaur Forge or Pay Tool or someplace like that, they call them single pickup tongs. And the tongs that they have that look more like this, they usually call rivet tongs. So it's kind of hard to say. And like I say, it's somewhat irrelevant. Chain link tongs, on the other hand, are a bit more distinctive. You see the part that is rounded is very short, very small, just right at the end, so that you can hold your chain link, and these are actually for 1/2 inch chain, and I've got 3/8 chain here, so they don't really hold, but that keeps tongs out of the way, so you've got more space in here to hold the link you're working on plus the chain that's already in it while you're forge welding. Whereas just using a pair of bolt tongs, they do stick in a little bit further. They're a little bit harder to get in there too. But that takes up more space and it makes it a little harder to catch the weld on the end of your chain link. So when we talk about the difference in these tongs, like I say, it really doesn't matter. If the tong works for what you need it for, that's the tong you need. Go ahead and use it. It doesn't really matter if you're using chain link tongs as rivet tongs or as pickup tongs or to hold a punch under the treadle hammer. If it works, use it. The same with all the others. Tongs are tools, use them to your best advantage. The only reason the names matter is if you're trying to buy more tongs and you call your supplier and you say you want rivet tongs, but what you really want are chain link tongs, you might not get the tool you were asking for. Anyways, that's a fairly quick, fairly short tool of the day. I think the tool of the day is starting to wind down. We have looked at most of the tools that are in the shop, and as I think of more, we will continue to do more. So if there's tools that you've seen at one point in time or another that I have not talked about, let me know down in the comments section, and I'll make sure we do a video about that. But I do think we're probably getting about to the end of the series that I'm calling the tool of the day. It's been fun, it's made some good videos, it's got a lot of good information out there that I think a lot of people have found useful, but I'm afraid we've just about come to the end of the subject matter, at least for the tools in my shop. If we visit somebody else's shop, we might be able to see some more tools. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that and give it a thumbs up. Love it if you hit that subscribe button. Stick around, watch a few of the other videos. Maybe go to the Tool of the Day playlist to see what else we've done as a Tool of the Day video. But then make time in your day to get out to your shop, make something, challenge your imagination. But do stay safe, do wear your safety glasses, and we'll see you for the next one.